today I went to Halfords and I got some silicone spray. I've never used silicone spray on my puzzles. My dad had to get it for me because I'm only 15, but I put it on most of my puzzles and it was amazing. It only cost me £4 for 400ml bottle, and this puzzle is a 3x3x3 cube army. I've linked to the Cube Army's YouTube channel in the description, and this turned quite well beforehand, but it didn't cut corners too well despite being quite rounded, and now it's awesome. It'll cut big corners and it just glides, and it's now possibly my best 3x3x3, beating this one. This one didn't respond too well to silicone spray, but that's because it already had some kind of stuff in it before when I bought it, because I got it from Puzzle. But it's now pretty nice. It doesn't click as much. It makes the same noise, but it doesn't have the same feel. And it actually got worse for a bit, but now it's just as good, and it's starting to lose some of the clicky feel. It sort of feels nicer, but it's a bit strange after getting used to the clickiness. This puzzle, which is a Sudoku cube, that I had, was awful. It was a present for Christmas, but it was pretty terrible, and now I've managed to get it turning really quickly. It doesn't feel very sturdy and stable. It's like really light, but it does turn really well, which is pretty good. But I think I got like some silicone spray on the sticker there, so it got a bit stained, but it's alright. Another puzzle. Just remember, I'm just showing you a few of these. I actually put it on like most of my puzzles, but I'm just going to show you a couple. This one is one that my friend actually had. It's one of my friend's one, and my brother's friend is actually the brother of my friend. That's weird, but anyway, they had this, and my brother's friend gave it to me as sort of like a birthday present, because he didn't really want it. And if anybody's ever had a go with one of these cubes, they are awful, really bad. They pop a lot and they barely turn. And now I've managed to get it to sort of the point where it's almost speedcube-y. I don't know what the adjective is, but whatever. And so I've got it actually turning pretty well. So I'm going to see if my friend or my brother's friend wants it back, because I'm not really going to use it because I've got slightly better 3x3x3s than this. But now I've got it turning pretty nicely. Now here's one of the new methods, Pyramix crystals. Now I think anybody who's got one of these will know sort of how difficult it is to turn when you first get it. These pieces slide around a lot and it doesn't like to turn. But I've put silicone spray in it. I was actually trying to take these pieces out, and I took a few of these out and sprayed it in, but then I realised there's a gap there that I could have sprayed it into in the middle. So I started to do that on some of the centres, and I've now got it to the point where you can actually turn it with one finger, and it's really fast. So I think I might actually start solving this sort of a bit more now, because I figured out my own method, which isn't particularly fast, and with a puzzle that doesn't turn very well, it's not sort of fun to do, because it's a slow method and it doesn't turn well. So it takes me ages, and then my arm hurts and my hand hurts. And it's not like sort of like fun to do. But now that I've put silicone spray in it, it's great. Next puzzle, 5x5x5 Rubik's. Now anybody who's ever had a go at one of these will probably tell you that they're awful. The middle layers, I just realised I'm calling all of them awful. I need to think of some better words. But anyway, inner layers generally are okay. On mine they were pretty good. But what I did is, because I don't actually know how to disassemble this, I just pulled these pieces apart, and you won't be able to make it out on my webcam because it's not good enough. But just inside there's a tiny little gap. I just put the little straw thing that you get with the silicone spray, and I just put it in, and I just sprayed it a couple of times, did that on a couple of faces, and now it's actually really good. And some of the outside faces you can actually do them with one finger like that, which is a pretty amazing result, because this thing was really bad beforehand. Oh, now I'm telling you it's good, peace pops. But anyway, so yeah, Silicone Spray is pretty good. If you're in the UK, get it from Halfords. Just get their own. It's really cheap, and it's brilliant. I've hardly used any of it to like put in like 20 odd puzzles, and I've still got like 90% of the stuff left, so it'll last you forever. But a couple of my puzzles didn't react quite as well. This is my 7x7x7. It is a KO one, a knockoff one, because I bought it before I even knew where what KOs were, and I thought it was just a normal V-cube, but it turns out it wasn't, and it used to turn quite well, but now it's sort of okay, but it's just, there's a lot of resistance to the turns, so I'd be careful with putting it in every puzzle. I'm not sure how a V-cube 7 would react, but I'd just be careful with sort of more complex mechanism puzzles, because I don't know whether that's the reason, but it certainly seems to have worked like that for mine. So yeah, Silicone Spray is great. I've never used it before, and I didn't realise just quite how much difference it could make, because especially this one is amazing now. But you can't actually get these at the moment. I've spoken to Kelvin Stott, and they're not currently available for sale, sort of generally, but they hopefully will be in the future. But I was even more impressed by the results I got on these, because I mean, even though they're not fantastic now, if you knew what they were like beforehand, you'd be absolutely amazed by this. So yeah, in short, get some Silicone Spray and put it in your puzzles.